Today on the show, we're going to be discussing some huge actions Rockstar is taking against cheaters in both Red Dead Online and GTA Online, and how this story is actually developing at the current moment in time. As the days pass, we're learning more and more in detail about what Rockstar is looking for out of all this, and we will also be discussing that if done right, and they take this seriously by allocating enough manpower and resources, this could be a really good thing for all players. All that and more in today's new Red Dead Online video, so let's get started. If you enjoyed this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on this video, and if you want to stay up to date and in the loop with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your notifications turned on. So to start off, I want to give a little backstory on kind of how we got to where we are and the next steps Rockstar is taking. This originally originated in January when Luna Mods was supposedly taken down by Rockstar Games and Take-Two Interactive, and their website was left with the following message. After discussions with Take-Two Interactive, we are immediately ceasing all maintenance, development, and distribution of our cheat menu services. We will also be donating our proceeds to a charity designed by Take-Two. We apologize for any and all problems our software has caused to the Grand Theft Auto Online community. Now, when this story initially broke, I uploaded a video here on the channel about it, and we discussed that Take-Two and Rockstar should continue their pursuit of taking action against well-known cheat makers, and it seems like that is exactly what they're doing. Earlier this week, a position of Associate Cheat Operations Analyst opened up at Rockstar India, and as Rockstar explains in their job listing, this role involves monitoring multiple sources of information to identify cheaters and online mods for titles and taking appropriate action on that information. The team is a vital component for efforts to safeguard the online game experience of these titles and deals with complex cheat-related issues daily, and some of the requirements and responsibilities of this position include supporting the day-to-day operations of the anti-cheat and anti-fraud programs that Rockstar has, monitoring and enforcing anti-cheat policies, monitoring and maintaining intelligence related to cheating and fraud, assisting in conducting investigations on cheating and fraud, preparing detailed reports related to investigations and intelligence analysis, and lastly, tuning and supporting security and anti-cheat measures for the game client and supporting back-end services. Now, it's important to mention here that Rockstar India was never the main developer on really any major Rockstar titles, and so it may be easy to shrug off and say that Rockstar isn't really any more or less serious about it than they already were, but we have confirmation of second and third new job listings, except this time it's at Rockstar North and another at Rockstar San Diego. Now on screen you can see screenshots of these job listings and what their responsibilities are, but the one striking difference between the associate position at Rockstar India and the senior positions at Rockstar North and San Diego is the fact that this is for cheat software specifically and not necessarily cheat operations as a whole. A subtle but important distinction to note here. The cheat menus used in Red Dead Online and GTA Online are very complex and give the cheater basically unlimited control of whatever session they're in, due in part to the mod menu they're using and the capabilities of it, but also the peer-to-peer network connection that players have to each other, which the cheat makers exploit for these mod menus. And the lack of dedicated servers really leaves that door wide open for cheaters to go into the game's code and reverse engineer every aspect possible so that they can cram it into their mod menus, and there's really nothing that the game is doing on its end to actually stop these mod menus. And it goes beyond just spawning in money in GTA Online, for example. In Red Dead Online specifically, you can spawn any and every pedestrian model, so basically any NPC, animal, vehicle. You can give yourself gold and money by spawning in treasure chests, collector sets. You can crash other games and join other players through their social club name and the menu's own search feature it has. You can join through a player's Rockstar ID if you know it, and that's something the menu also gives you. You can join through a player's IP if you were able to get a hold of that, something the menu also gives to you. And they used to be able to pull you into their session no matter what you were doing, but as of the Bounty Hunter update, that part of the game is something Rockstar was able to fix. So you no longer have to worry about cheaters pulling you into their session whenever they want, which is a great thing. But cheaters can also see users' IP addresses, internet service providers, coordinates, zip codes, state, country, region, and more all through these menus. And they even have built-in protection for their own users so that other modders cannot mess with another modder using the same menu. Basically, what that confirms here is that if the cheat menus have the ability to prevent anyone and everyone from entering your session, then it really is just Rockstar refusing to add their own in-game protection for their own players on their ultra-successful title that people paid their hard-earned money for. But I digress here with that. We've gone over all the different abilities cheaters have when they use these paid menus, and so it's great to see Rockstar Game Studios taking the initiative to actively seek out candidates for a position for a associate cheat operations analyst who will be on the lookout for groups who deem to distribute create cheating software online, such as mod menus and account services, and positions for senior cheat software analysts who will be responsible to produce reports on the malicious code used to cheat in the company's online games and reverse engineer any code or software that negatively impacts any of the online games, such as GTA Online or Red Dead Online. And as you know, Rockstar San Diego was the main developer for Red Dead Redemption, and then of course Red Dead Redemption 2 with the help of Rockstar Game Studios, and we can only assume when it comes to the online portion of RDR2 as well, that Rockstar San Diego also is probably the main studio at the helm here, again with the help of Rockstar North, Rockstar Lincoln for QA, and the rest of the studios, etc. But there absolutely is some leading studio on the Red Dead Online project, and so it's good to see that Rockstar San Diego is taking up with one of these new positions. The problems caused by mod menus in GTA and now Red Dead Online really have gone unnoticed since PC versions of these games released, and it is a major story when you have so many new job listings at several studios spread across the Rockstar umbrella. After all, it is Rockstar's responsibility, but it is also their duty as a game developer who also maintain online versions of their games to create, manage, and maintain safe and fun experiences for all players rather than just making a game as a blanket statement. Now, I am curious to know what you think about this news and if you think it's going to lead anywhere. If you told me last summer when cheaters were constantly session joining me and my friends on Twitch to crash our games that Rockstar would sort out these issues, I would have laughed in your face. While it still happens, now cheaters can no longer pull players into their session as we discussed before, and if you are lucky enough to get the player's social club, you can now block them and it will actually stop them from joining on you too. That's something that never worked before in the past, but according to PvP Cat, that is now a thing that is in this game, and that type of protection actually works here as well. Mod menus can no longer bypass a player that blocked them, something that should have been the case before but never was, so it's nice to see that's also a step Rockstar has taken here. So if you are on PC and a cheater is griefing you over and over by blowing you up the second you spawn in or whatever, just find them on the player list, and while that name on the player list may be spoofed because they have the ability to do that, clicking on their social club profile from there will reveal their actual identity on the Rockstar Games social club, and you can block that social club from there. So action is being taken more and more as time moves on, with the first major step being with the Bounty Hunter update and players not being able to basically pull you into their session if they're using these mod menus. And then the next major step, I guess, was taken when the netcode side of Red Dead Online was modified over the past month or so, which was when we were talking about those suspended state lobbies. Basically, when your internet connection is interrupted, instead of disconnecting you outright, they would put you in like your own private session until your connection resumes stability. But with all of that said, we are out of time for today. I'm going to wrap things up right here. Thank you so much for watching today's video, everyone. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing here that we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks. We'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you also want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube. You're more than welcome to ask me any questions on there, and you can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links, including my Discord, can be found in the description down below. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.